The president moves to make a wiretap law permanent. Iran's president isn't allowed at the site of the World Trade Center attacks, and Dan Rather is suing CBS for $70 million. Hello and welcome to the news. The G is silent. President Bush is calling on lawmakers to make permanent a temporary act that gives the government authority to eavesdrop on suspected foreign terrorists without a warrant. The president is all like, look, this is a Protect America Act. Just because this act expired doesn't mean Al-Qaeda expires. Do you think Al-Qaeda has an expiration date? Oh, they do not. That's why I always got to have the guns. I always got to be ready. And you got to let me listen to them without asking first. You think I have time to ask to listen to terrorists? Hell no. I'm from Texas. We don't ask no questions. And Democrats are like, oh, but the thing is, don't mess with Texas. No, you really, oh, super. But the thing is, kind of the justice system in this country requires getting warrants before things like that. Just like, you know, you have a right to free speech. Well, most of the time. And you have a right to fair trial. Okay, yeah, you know what? Fine. You win again. Police have denied Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad's request to lay a wreath at Ground Zero on an upcoming visit to New York City. Police are all like, hey, you can't come down here, Mr. Iranian President. You're doing nuclear proliferation and you're bad news, mister. But government officials are all like, look, mister, you're not going to use us for a photo op. We're too smart for that. When the Associated Press contacted the Port Authority, the only entity with the power to approve or deny that request, they were like, oh, actually, nobody gave us a call, so I don't know where they get that he can't come. I mean, hey, Bill, is it okay with you if Mahmoud Ahmadinejad comes down? Yeah, we'll have to get back to you. And Dan Rather has filed a $70 million lawsuit against CBS saying they made him a scapegoat in the scandal following a 2005 story about President Bush. Dan Rather's all like, hey, this is a really bad Dan Rather, but I used to be America's newscaster. You guys made me a scapegoat. Now, I know it's like 3 years later or whatever, but I need some money. And CBS is like, actually, our investigation exposed all the stuff. Like, Dan Rather is like a communist. He doesn't wash his hands. He made up stuff about President Bush. He doesn't empty the dishwasher. He's like a really bad guy. So we were like totally right to fire him. I mean, he's no Cronkite. He's no Brokaw. He's no Katie Couric. Anyway. And that's today's news. I'm Marta Costello. And since just one person asked, here are the dog pictures. Grandpa and Dolly Parton. They're the best dogs in the world.